Alright everybody, hello, good morning, and welcome to the stream. We got a pretty awesome broadcast set up for today, and my camera is all over the place again. Damn it. I'll fix that later. Man, my everything fell apart last night. My desk mic fell off the desk, my camera fell off the monitor. It was a whole thing, but how you doing today, Zombie Grub?
Oh, I'm alright.
That's good to hear.
Totally.
This is where you ask me how I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Fucking terrible, because I woke up to the fucking creepiest thing, dude. So I guess this is a cool story moment, I know, but
okay.
It snowed a lot, right? You guys have heard me talk about this the last couple days, and if you haven't, look outside. Look at all that fucking snow. It's all white outside. It's all snowy, and it's been non-stop snowing for 2 days. So it's pretty safe to say that when you go to bed, it's gonna be a fresh layer when you wake up. And when we went outside to shovel this morning, there was like a bunch. There was like not a bunch, but there's like one set of human footsteps that went up our driveway, paced like back and forth outside my fucking window, went around the side, didn't actually go in the backyard, but then turned around and left. And I thought for a second, like, okay, there's probably just some homeless guy looking for bottles. Like, what harm could that be, right? But apparently, there's same set of footsteps is up everybody's fucking driveway. Like somebody was just scoping out all the windows and like probably casing the joints, looking to see like what's ready to rob. And I feel really fucking bad because I have to leave tonight/tomorrow morning to go to California for a day, leaving my poor mom alone, like all by herself in the house. Like,
Huh. That sucks.
Skeeved out, stressed out. Not a good start to my day.
A little creepy. Could have just been some drunk guy also looking for his home.
Maybe, but I mean, we kind of live in the middle of farmland nowhere, so the closest bar isn't exactly within stumbling distance of freezing weather, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to justify this, I really do, but I'm super skeeved out and I feel bad for my mom right now. As much as I may or may not like her, I don't think it's cool, you know?
Right.
But anyways, my personal woes aside, this is Season 2, the debut of the Corsair Cup. It's the first weekly of what's going to be 3 leading into another monthly finals. Big shouts to last season's winner, Keen. Or no, excuse me, it was Neeb. I think Keen lost to Neeb. My bad. But it was Neeb. And so he'll be getting an auto invite back this season. However, he's more than welcome to play in all the weekly cups. In fact, we would hope to see him play. I don't see him today, sadly, but it is just worth noting that because of his Season 1 championship, he is auto invited to Season 2's finals.
Surprising.
But speaking of surprises, we have a pretty nice bracket. I think it's just getting finalized now. Waiting to see all the players. I know a lot of people signed up, but it's always a question of who checked in, like who's actually here to play type thing. And so far, it's not looking too bad. BC, TLO, True's apparently playing European Cups and not North American Cup. I'm just saying. Namshark is a bit of a shout out. Hush, if he's actually playing. Live shows up. That's not so surprising. And Keen as well.
Yeah, Live does everything.
Yeah, Bly does everything. Yeah. Fear's on my radar lately too. I would have liked to have seen what was his name? DNS. Apparently kicked a bunch of ass lately.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently this is the final bracket, so it's quite large.
Oh, let me refresh that one more time then. Yeah. Oh, I feel bad for Optimus. Let's say Optimus gets over the hurdle that is Alive. He's got to fight Keen right afterwards. Optimus, bro, I hope your TVT is good.
I got wrecked. Okay, here. So,
well, we have a couple of interesting options right off the bat, actually. One of them would be actually a little bit less conventional. If we did Beastyqt versus Ghost Hell in a best of 1, the winner plays BLord, which could be kind of interesting. Alternatively, there's a couple of the Team Liquid guys we could try and catch. I don't know. What are you smelling here on this bracket?
whenever someone asks me what I'm smelling to mean like, what are you thinking? I just think that.
Is it someone, Zombie Grub, or is it you? Are you meaning to say Rifkin every time you say that? You know what? Let's go over what's happened the last couple days on stream. Zombie Grub's told everybody that I have a little dick. She said I'm the opposite of Jared getting skinny at Subway. You're just so mean. Why are you always so mean?
One of those things I didn't even do, and the other thing was actually a nice thing.
What, calling me fat? No.
No, calling you not a pedophile, and also not. And also correcting what you said.
You're just lucky that he turned out to be a pedophile. That would be such a mean comment to make.
Okay, this is getting the weird territory. I don't care. That's Beastyqt sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Okay.
To appease you. Oh my god. Suck it up, soldier.
Yeah, for everyone who's not aware, we're just making jokes off previous casts. I'm actually offended, but we got some resubs to do, and I don't know if Jake was shouting anyone out last night, so just to cover all of our bases. Hoofit1 was a new sub. Roycycle was a new sub. Hacksaws was a new sub 33 minutes ago. Hey, thanks for coming on board. Apparently Roycycle was an 11-month resub. Oh, that Twitch bug. It's always so cool to see. Dove and Wolf coming in with 28 months. What's up, man? Thanks for 28 months of long-time support and the bits you give us lately, too. Dustier just hit us up for 12 months. You know what that means. Ace P, 12-month hype, Ace P. Get your partoufs here. Get your partoufs here. And then a Magic Monkey just resubbed for 26 months. Just keep up all the good work, you two sexy beasts. Thank you guys for the kind words as we get into the games today. Again, this first one, if we do it correctly, Beastyqt versus Ghost Hell, it'll be a best of one, and the winner plays BLord. Winner of that plays possibly TLO, so the top side of the bracket looks like a nice sort of curvature to ride upon. But several folks are streaming and likely going to be streaming their own matches. So you got TLO, you got Mana, you got Lily Canine, and now apparently Emil's actually casting these cups finally. So if you guys want to catch any of the games that we're not casting, you can probably see some on those other channels as I try to learn to speak today. Bleh.
Yeah. So going with Beastyqt.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm going to message him. Well, I could just invite him, I guess.
Yeah, it's preset maps. Thank God. No confusion over here. Newkirk to kick this one off.
So, when you asked me how I was doing, you know, I didn't feel like getting into it. Plus, you had your own story to tell, so it's a good thing. But I actually woke up super early today because I went to 2 doctor's appointments.
Oh, for your jaw?
Well, one was just a dentist appointment that I talked about my jaw with, like, you know, while I was there. Another one was an eye exam. I haven't had an eye exam in like 8 years. So I figure with my health insurance running out and all that.
I think it's a me exam, just grammatically speaking.
Eye exam? Huh. I don't think that would be true either.
No, it wouldn't, but the joke was worth
either.
That was well done. Well done. How are your eyes doing?
So I really just wanted to go to get contacts while I still had insurance, and it worked out. My eyes actually have not gotten worse for like 8 years.
That's really impressive considering you stare at a screen all day.
That's what I thought too. I was pretty impressed with myself, so I didn't really get my glasses changed, and then I just got contacts. But you like made me wear them, right? So you could test if they were okay. And I'm wearing them right now, and I have to get used to wearing contacts again. Like I didn't wear them very often when I had them, and that was a long time ago. And I feel them in my eye, Rifkin, and occasionally my eyes go out of focus too, so I feel like I'm gonna pass out. But I'm not.
Oh, well, that sounds a bit dangerous, actually.
Well, just like, you know, like when you start to get all like woozy and whatever, like it gets a little bit blurry. It's just because I'm not like blinking enough or like watering the eyes enough. Anyway.
I don't know, man. I can't do contacts. I mean, I know for you probably don't care about looks or whatever, but like glasses or no glasses, I can't touch my eyeballs, so I will personally never be able to do contacts. You're a braver woman than I.
I have no problem doing that. I was like, yup.
Ugh. Nope. Even just watching you fake that just now made me cringe a bit.
Yeah. I definitely know why some people have a problem with it. It was all Gucci, and I don't have any eye cancer.
That's always good.
That's a thing.
No guacamole?
Yeah, no guacamole. That's what they said.
I hate the glaucoma test. It is one of my least favorite ones.
Just the puff test, right?
Yeah, like right in your eye.
I kind of like it.
Really?
It's like a challenge.
You're such a like, don't blink. I'll show you who's not gonna blink. Do it now.
Basically, yes, that is what I do.
Well, that is literally what I have to do because I can't sit there. Okay, folks, welcome back to the Corsair Cup. This is the debut of Season 2. It's awesome to have this partnership going because, of course, this isn't just Corsair. It's also powered by Twitch. More on that later, but this first game of the day is only a best of one, so there's no score up. It's in the bottom left side of the map. We've got the light pink Terran player, Beastyqt.
In the bottom right, as the orange Zerg. It is Ghost Hell.
Is his thing?
That's what I was kind of...
I'm pretty sure that's not a bandana, Zombie Grub.
I mean, it could be a bandana for your pants.
Hot tighty tights.
Those aren't tighty whities, though. Those are just...
Yes,
those
but
are just
they're tight. So hot tighty tights. I don't know what the HTTP can stand for other than that, unless there's a PS following it with a semicolon / and then an address, but...
Good one.
We'll see how Ghost Hell does. Beasty has really been all over the place, though. This guy has had combination success, combination massive failure, combination weird builds and standard builds. He was playing in a tournament recently, actually. Did you hear about this? Where the casters were kind of, maybe not intentionally shit-talking him, but shit-talking him a little bit. But, like, this guy doesn't even get Grand Masters League anymore. Stuff like that.
No, I did not hear about that.
Well, I felt bad, because I'm like, you know what? Like, Beasty, to me, this guy could be as low as Diamond, and I'm still going to love his playstyle, because he's one of the guys I learned Terran from back in the day. He had, like, this really stupid one-base all-in with tanks and Ravens back in, like, early HOTS. Like, who does that? I had such a high TVT win record thanks to that build. So Beasty, no matter where he is in the game, I always love watching him play. But he's obviously much better than that, and I don't know much about Ghost Hell, but the TVZ matchup has been all over the place for players trying to play mech. And we'll see if Beasty decides to go that direction, because I know he, among some of the others, have been the guys experimenting with it.
Well, he's going for a 2-1-1 so far, so...
So far.
I'm saying... I'm gonna go with no.
You never know, dude. This could just be the mind game psych out. Like, oh, you scattered 2 barracks?
yeah. You know, you make 3 Marines, and you don't use the barracks at all anymore. Like, yeah, I know that one.
You make 8 Marines, 2 medevacs, and think, oh, it's bio, it's a 2-1-1. Really, you're just like, no, this is my opener. Psych, 5 starports behind it.
Yeah, because you can afford 5 starports.
Yeah, that's 100% legit, not totally a joke.
Well, if you're banking enough money, I guess.
Yeah, his macro's not bad, his banking. That's what I say about my play style.
Yeah, you know, it works out too, because then you can...
Ooh, that was
a good
nice.
prediction. But then you can send me money when we're losing and need money.
So wait, do you want me to send you money, or do you want me to send you meme money?
Meme money?
The meme economy's taken off lately. It's worth investing into, I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, I don't know anything about investing in memes. So,
oh, hey, by the way, question for the audience today. Zombie and I, well, I'm going to presume you didn't. I didn't get to wake up for the Dong Wars cast, and I haven't got to see the VOD because we woke up and jumped into this right away. How did it go last night? Did you guys enjoy it? Was it good? Was it bad? All I saw was the results, and I wept.
Yeah, I saw the results. I saw the stream numbers, but the results.
Yeah, first thing I did is I checked Fusic, then I checked Team Liquid, and I was like, ah, okay. But it looked like they raised $160 through Maturino, so that's not bad. At least the players got paid.
Yeah, you know, the Korean players.
Yeah, oh, by the way, which I'll have to remind you, on the Maturino page, you guys set Jake to the winner, and we're just going to have him collect the money and pay it out.
He's an admin, so he can do it himself.
He has no idea how.
Well, someone's got to learn.
Okay.
You saw a little babby, you just go through all the panels and you're like, oh, this makes sense. That's what I did. You think I knew what Maturino was when they got all updated? And you were like, oh, they got updated. And I was like, oh, shit.
I still don't know what Maturino does, and we use it all the friggin' time.
I was like, oh, God, I'm not going to be able to do this. But no, I figured it out. I got brains in my head.
Alright, well, a couple things to pick up in SCV. It's not too bad. But, yeah, BC, all jokes aside about whatever is saying 5 ports and Mega, he's playing pretty standard. And this kind of goes back to a little bit what I was getting at with the, I guess, the early shots where... What?
People's ideas for the acronym are pretty good.
Oh, I haven't read them. Hentai Tentacle, what was that?
Tentacle Transportation Hammock.
That's backwards. It's HTT, not TTH.
Hammock 4, and you don't put the acronym.
No, you put a hyphen, right? Alright, anyways, I was just saying earlier, like, BC's had a lot of success playing many different types of Terran, so it's good to see that he's still able to pull off a pretty normal build. It is coming up against Roach Ravager, though, and I don't know, man. Watching some players play this, Roach and Ravager looks impossible to beat, and some players play him makes it look like such a stupid strategy. Naruto vs. Beyond was a really good example of, like, the best Roach Ravager an Infestor has to offer, but we've also seen some players try and mimic that build, and it falls apart so badly. They don't respond properly. They don't split their units the same way. Like, a lot of this going forward is going to be on Ghost Hell's, I guess, decision making, not just his unit choice. Right here, not ready to go in the main.
Yeah, well, now he's not supply blocked anymore. Yeah, he started his upgrades a little bit behind Beastyqt. His armor supply isn't too strong yet. He is just falling behind on macro thanks to those drone kills too. Got another medevac going into the natural. I don't know if there's any units there.
Doesn't look like it. It's been unfortunate. Ghost Hell had a decent army to start this, but Corsair bouncing out the medevac, so never mind. That was a really nice cleanup. That should not have happened. No amount of micro over here was worth losing those 2 medevacs.
Yeah, that was bad by Beastyqt. Pretty good predictions from Ghost Hell. Certainly helps his game after losing like 15 workers, but yeah, Beastyqt might just be able to recover. I mean, his 3rd CC is done, his upgrades are faster, his tanks are on the way. I still think that Beastyqt's macro game is looking a little bit stronger than Ghost Hell's, as he is still recovering and getting up to a good drone count.
Yeah, Ghost Hell lost
not using any army. 15
workers to that. It's not the worst, but still sucks to lose that much. And as we see, Beastyqt, even with that terrible medevac, let's say sacrifice, he's still not too far behind on the resources lost.
Well, Ghost Hell is now up to a decent drone count, so he can go back and make an army. Probably take a 4th base too, depending on how he wants to play it. But I think if he was going to do a roach all-in, that would have already, he would have cut like 50 drones and already would have swelled a lot with roaches, trying to hit 1-1. I think it should be a macro game. And even if he did want to do an attack, honestly, I think Beastyqt would have like a fairly good defense because he's already reducing tanks, so it would have been a little bit questionable. He did lose 2 medevacs, so maybe, but not Ghost Hell's choice. I'm surprised Beastyqt, I guess it's where the 4th medevac was supposed to... Another one. But the 4th medevac was supposed to be, got a Viking instead to open up new pathways for his drops, but his drop-heavy style is falling into a very classic old trap that Terrans did all the time. And then you have Legacy the Void, which was over-dropping and over-committing and losing units. So you didn't stop him from winning Hive, and you didn't stop him from maxing out on an army, and you just kind of died. So he's got to be careful, basically. These medevacs are not supposed to die, and the units inside them ideally don't die either.
I got a little hit squad heading northwards. 3rd base wasn't taken up here. It was, in fact, taken down here, and Ghost Hell, unfortunately, checking his vision, hasn't had any vision for quite some time. Overlords were cleaned up early on. That was that supply block you were referencing, and unfortunately, BC's really well cemented in. There's a lot of tanks, there's Marines, Marauders. Like, these roaches are not getting into that base.
Well, Ghost Hell has got into Infestors. Good news. And he'll probably have enough time to just go ahead and bank energy for Fungals. Doesn't quite need Patching Lens. Do more damage to drops. I even lose his spawning pool. Not the most important thing, to be honest. Not building lings. Families. But nice pick off.
Tend to just stutter around with Marines. Festers aren't quite ready to go with energy yet. Bleeding out roaches here and there, though, certainly doesn't help. And Ghost Hell has not been taking massive amounts of damage through any of these drops, but he is I feel like he's letting Beasty get away with a lot more than he should be.
There definitely could be better splits. The one problem with doing splits of a roach army is that if they do push up the middle, then you're kind of screwed, but that's where scouting would come in. Because if he had splits, there'd be no damage taken, basically. Even though he's getting the medevacs, which again, that Beastyqt should not be giving up. He's down to 2 medevacs, and really he should have 6. That's definitely a mistake on his part. Ghost Hell has been taking damage too, so it hasn't been totally like, one person getting a better edge than the other. This is a very strong army with 5 tanks. And in this position, since took this as a 3rd, it's going to be dangerous once the tank they move up a little bit, and now they've choked in the army between the hatchery and the little pillar. It's pretty good.
Of course, the boss almost catch another one of those medevacs. I gotta say, BC is not getting too pushy, and I like that because the infestors and the Corsair Bows are gonna be so dangerous if he actually combos them. But the concave and the tank spread and everything's just too good. Ghost Hell's army's falling apart so quick. Rip.
Yeah. Yeah, the tanks weren't even really touched. Probably should have waited for that burrow. Maybe the infestors would be alive still. But that would be a very small population prize. His army still got destroyed.
Yeah. Just to address chat, people are asking if Snoot can sign up. It's a bit late, unfortunately. If someone no-showed, we might be able to squeeze him in the bracket, but the reality is, guys, for players at this point, like, between the Lycan League and the Corsair Cup, for like 2.5 years, we've been doing something every Monday at 10 a.m. Same time slot, same bat channel. I don't care if you're innovation. Like, if you can't figure that out by now, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I love Snoot to death. He is one of my favorite players, and I love talking to him outside of the game, but we don't play favorites. So, unfortunately, there's not a good chance you'll see Snoot today. As much as I would have loved to have had him sign up and play. But, okay, so BC takes the series, and he's going to advance on to fight against BLord in a best of 3. And this is kind of a little bit more interesting. I am, however, going to take my camera here. I was waiting to do this earlier, but we got to the games a bit quicker. I started playing Fire Emblem Heroes recently, and this is totally one of those dumb phone games. It's got in-game purchase, all this stuff. This is not an advertisement for it, but I fucking love Fire Emblem. So, I'm going to basically do my hero summons on stream, so you guys can cheer for me, and whether I get good waifus or bad waifus. I'll have to reverse the camera again.
Oh my god.
There we go. Alright, so I can do 5 summons. I think I saved up enough for 5 summons. You get like an orb. Ah, damn it, 4 reds. You get an orb every time you complete a mission thing, so. I'm saving, guys. I saved for the stream, bros. I started playing this last night. This is what I did instead of sleeping at appropriate times. Oh, I got some crappy little priest girl. Clarine, get out of here. Although you are super adorable. I need some knights. And I need some archers.
Is it just me, or is everyone verified on Twitter nowadays?
Yeah, it doesn't... right? What does it even mean? If everyone's verified, is anyone verified? You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on. Come on. This is on stream. Don't do this to me.
Magic.
Okay, Zombie up. 1, 2, or 3. I know you can't see it, but 1,
3.
2, or 3. 3? Okay.
I always like 2 better, though.
2's my favorite number, yo.
Cool.
By the way, if the players are ready, we can totally go. I'm finishing up here in a sec. Oh, I got some handsome-looking husbando. It's Kane.
Oh, boy.
Look at that fire red hair. It's a regular Archie Andrews.
Oh, man.
He's the bull. All right, 1 or 2?
2.
I'm only gonna have one option after this. Uh-oh, the countdown's begun. Hinata, the wild samurai, get out of here. Nobody, you got no muscles on you, kid. I ain't got time for you. You make a crappy husband. All right, last one.
You opened all of these anyway? Why'd you ask me?
Well, because it's the order. The longer you go without getting a rare, the higher chance you'll get a rare. So basically, like the 5th one, if I didn't get anything good, would be like the best one. But Hana, oh, look at those legs though. THICC, am I right? All right, let's get in the game. If I get too much in trouble here. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Corsair Cup. Once again, it's the debut of Season 2, and we are in the very first best of 3 of the day here in round 2. Spawning in the bottom right side, representing my insanity, it's going to be the light blue Terran player, Beastyqt.
The top left is the purple Zerg. He is BLord.
I think my bad Fire Emblem Heroes luck, though, is on account of the fact that I had really good luck last night. It's like when you play the game, they like get
lucky?
Yeah. Oh, I see what you did there. So when you play the game, they give you like a free pack to open, basically, right?
Okay.
And I got my ultimate waifu in the first pack, Camilla, and I've just been playing all night, leveling her up. Feels bad, man. Addictions are real. Be safe, kids.
Amazing. I felt so tired last night. I wanted to go to sleep at 7, but I like picked myself up and worked out and still felt so tired, and then I decided to go to bed at like 10, which is pretty early. And then I couldn't go to sleep for 2 hours. So that was my awesome night.
Dude,
and I
sounds
woke
like
up.
a real rager.
I woke up. The cat was fine. Go do all my appointments, come back. Somehow he has a scratch in his nose now. So God dang. God damn it.
I'm
Stupid
sorry
cat.
sorry to hear that. It's always so sad when animals get hurt. Even if it's not like a big deal, though, you're just like, no.
It makes him look like a kid with like you know, a band-aid over his nose, like an anime character. At least that's what I feel like.
Nice.
A cat version of that.
Well, BLord plopped down a little bit more than your average 2 lings with an early pool to come across and cancel a command center building SCV. However, I think that this actually comes early enough that Beastie might be able to intercept this. This is actually really bad if he doesn't.
It's a little awkward.
Oh, he's just barely gonna miss it.
Wow, barely gonna miss it.
Oh, but he's not gonna go across the map. Ah.
Okay, well, good thing for Beastyqt. That's very good, because this many lings can still cancel command center even though they won't get speed. If they get speed, then like it would even still be like a guaranteed cancel. Not happening today though, and that command center's a-okay. And it's kind of a waste of an opener for BLord, really. This was fun dedication.
Yeah, this not only cuts drones early, which sucks, but it's the fact that you did prioritize putting that pool down so quick. I love that he chose to play Ring Around the Rosie with the SCV just to play it safe. He could have kept building it and maybe risked whether the SCV goes through the command center or not, because to be honest, if you're Terran, you've been there, done that, it never goes through when you need it to. But having seen this already, Beastie's going to get across the map, and I think he knows there's not going to be anything waiting for him. And if there is, then he's going to be happy, because then his opponent's gone for some silly dedicated all-in. Like, if you saw a Roach Warden coming down the second you scouted, you probably actually are really happy as a Terran player.
Yeah, I'd say so. Also, if he saw, you know, for instance, any more lings, he'd also be pretty happy. Even if it was only like 2 or 4 more lings, that's just contributing to BLord having a pretty bad opener. But BLord's going for it looks to be a 2-base Spire, as he is still getting speed. I don't think it's going to be for Roach Warren. Beastyqt might be going for Armory? I would think so, but he's got a Tech Lab on his starport, not his barracks. So I'm a little confused. I think if he was going for an Armory, BLord might just be dead. Like, take way too much damage.
It's going to be Cloak
Just
Banshee.
a follow-up.
Interesting.
Okay, if it's just a follow-up, I think that BLord's probably fine, granted that he actually stops the Hellions from running into his drone line.
I don't think we're going to have the same problem we saw with, who was it? Yesterday? Volts? Oh, not yesterday, the day before.
Yeah, I can see. Oh, gosh, yeah.
Oh my god, that Nate game. I couldn't even believe what we were watching. It was so good and so bad all at the same time. And part of me was like, this is just better because I'm drunk, but...
We weren't even that drunk at that. Well...
No, I would say we were the most drunk at the start, because we had been drinking for an hour.
That is true. Well, here comes the Hellion drop. Speed is done, and the Queen's already on the medevac tail, so I don't think it's going to be doing a lot of damage. Well, there's a spine crawler being made in the main base. Or does this work? Oh, never mind. I know he made a spine crawler somewhere. He finds it. He says it's worth taking on the lings, and he was right.
Ooh. Well, even then, like, just having the Queens distracted and out of position allows the other Hellions in. That's what that spine crawler I think was supposed to help prevent. That Banshee's going to be arriving shortly too. She's not too far behind the rest. BC is, oh, there we go. Those are the drone kills you're looking for.
This is really bad. BLord cut so many to go for this early Spire. The good news is he still has a solid defense against the Banshees, and by Beastyqt and going mech, you know, there's not an immediate follow-up once Stim is done, for instance.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You're crazy. You're crazy.
It'll be a little bit later.
Don't do it. You're crazy,
still
Beastie.
Not good position.
Okay, this actually works.
Oh boy.
That Queen should have killed that medevac, but it walked away at the last second, so now it's a bunch of Hellbats coming in. 5 in the main. Banshee got cleaned up, but what you gonna do? Oh, didn't get cleaned up, excuse me. It's just pushed to the side. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Well, BLord really died to the Hellions. What are you gonna do?
I think BLord died to his really pool, if we're gonna be honest, but... the Needle is popping out now. They'll clean up the Banshee, they'll clean up the Hellbats, but the fact is a lot of damage was done to a player who was stuck on 2 bases. No third hatchery down, and BC knows this because he's been scouting both locations.
There's no overseer.
Yeah, there is. It's up here, though.
Oh,
Oh, that's unfortunate. He pulled that so far away to chase the other Banshee, so this one's going to get that other Queen kill. And Beastie, by the way, it does have a 3rd CC. It's finishing up now. He's got turrets coming down, so normally if you are playing mech, you know, you're a little bit trouble early on, but his anti-air is not going to be the issue. He's got 2 Thors coming out. He's got the turrets already set up. BLord's got no hope of causing enough counterattack damage to bring him back into this game.
Yeah,
like,
that time is kind of passed.
The army supplies are close, and for that reason, you're kind of like, maybe it's a little bit closer than it really is, but no.
No.
No, Mr. Peter, no.
This is brutal. But BLord, you know, he sees that it's mech BT. If you throw this early, okay, you don't need to see the factories. It's mech. Might be thinking, all right, then I'll just, you know, try my chances at Beastyqt turtling for way too long, which can happen sometimes. But it's really, it would be game any other, I think, build, any other follow-up rather.
By the way, some people mocking the whole waifu thing before the stream. I guess, I know I asked you early on, but have a lot of people just not actually heard of Fire Emblem? I thought it was a fairly big game.
I wouldn't say it's that big.
I mean, I know it's not Pokemon or Final Fantasy, I get you, but I mean, I thought...
not even Chrono Trigger. Like, I would actually put it pretty far down the list of JRPGs, and JRPG is just such a, like, dead genre. Even
really
more than RTS, am I right, guys? High five.
Well, no, I just think it's interesting. I got into the game really early because I thought it was so cool that there's consequences for it. Like, you could have one of the main characters, quote-unquote, die, and not... Like, when they die, if you play in hard mode, they don't come back type thing. So, like, you just lose huge aspects of the game if you don't play it correctly, and that really enticed me when I was younger, so I thought Fire Emblem was always a really cool game. But maybe it's a lot more underground than I thought it was. I don't know.
It's not underground, but it's definitely not the most popular thing anymore, and nor was it super popular back in the day. But more popular than I would say, like, Secret of Mana. We're really gonna start, like, listing things.
Oh, Jesus, Secret of Mana. Actually, if we want to really get into it, that's where you start letting everyone know about, like, Earthbound and Mother and all that.
There's a couple that I don't even remember the names of unless I look them up on, like, the PS1 Classic or something like that. But yeah, there's actually a ton that I played. BLord's trying to go for Swarm Hosts, which apparently are super effective. Like, European Terrans have been having a lot of trouble against this, using third stage powered, but I think it's still too little too late. I mean, you know, just run away from the locusts.
Yeah, walking away here might be best, but he's not going to be able to. Forced to shoot the mutas. The Hellbats can still wash them off. One of the Thors is going to go down, but now that's still like another 40-something seconds before the Locust can come save him again. And if there was another wave ready to go now, this would be a different story, but now he's just going to walk up to the front doors. And hell, these Banshees could just move ahead and hunt down the Swarm Host even.
Why did he transform them into single target mode?
Because they look cooler. You got to flex the guns out.
Well,
actually,
there are less mutas, so...
I think it was just a misclick, to be completely honest with you, but... looks like the Swarm Host still not ready to go yet. Now we got that next wave of Locusts coming in, but it's Blue Flame, actually, funny enough, now. Before it's just regular Hellbats, Blue Flame will kill this Locust even quicker.
I mean, this game has been over. BLord, you know, I think, really should have just tapped out after that, like, third Banshee came in and killed 10 more drones. Not because he was... absolutely no chance. Again, Beastyqt could have turtled and given him a lot more time. But because I feel like this is a game that you have taken so much dumb harassment that you're just mad at yourself and you should just tap out and, like, calm your mind. But I don't know him. I don't know his life. He tried to play it out. Didn't quite work. It's a best of 3 though, so hopefully he can actually get that mental fortitude going.
Yeah, he's got a chance still. BLord, by the way, yeah, I'm gonna be with you on this one. I've seen him play better, and I'm gonna just attribute a lot of that to the frustration of his opening not working. I mean, it was a bit of a gamble to go that dedicated with your pool in the first place, combined with the fact that BC just had really good follow-up. And again, mech is one of those things you're not really often presented the opportunity to play, but take it when you get it, I guess. Blue Flame ran wild with that game.
Hellions.
Now, the thing for BLord that is a little bit nice is it is loser's pick in the Corsair Cup. Kind of keep forgetting as we swap formats for all these Ting and Corsair events, and he'll have at least the map on his side.
So I don't really know what pro players are saying about the map pool. I haven't heard anything or talked to them, you know, type deal. But I really feel like Honor Grounds does not favor Zerg in TVZ, and that's what he chose. So I'm a little surprised, but you know, what do I know?
How to make maps, apparently.
Yeah, I got that much going for me. Nice.
Well, ready to go whenever they are. Hope you guys are having a good morning. It's coming up around 10:33 here on the West Coast.
For you NPR. And it's 73 degrees.
Actually, how cold? Weather
on the 8th.
Langley, BC, because we're covered in snow. How much? It's -3 outside. Feels bad, man.
That's pretty cold. I'm so happy with the weather today, and apparently the next couple of days. It feels like it's spring right now. 55 degrees with the sun out is spring weather, and it's amazing. I don't need winter.
Unfortunately, the groundhog screwed me over, not you, I guess. There's actually, I want to talk about
killed ours.
Whoa, whoa!
I mean, it's so depressed to kill itself.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa! It's cross spawn. Yo, oh, I am so mad. I gotta tell a story first, all right? So I was on this.
Can we intro the players first, then do the story?
Okay, fine.
Top right, it's BLord.
In the bottom left, it's the blue Terran, teal Terran, Beastyqt.
Okay, formality complete. Go on.
Okay, so you know we have not seen cross position at all. Once we saw vertical position, and we were like, whoa, it's something different. So this is the first time I think that I've cast a game diagonal. Well, I was playing the damn game, and I had gone for 3 racks Reaper because I was like really frustrated for losing, and I wanted to get a cheesy win. So I don't scout because I figure it's always horizontal. Check horizontal with the first Reaper, second Reaper goes to vertical, and I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? I'm so mad.
You guys, I don't even know if that's like worse than karma. That's just, I don't even know what that is. There's Vindiction with that build too, so that's why like you blindly did it.
Well, that's what Beastyqt is gonna do. So he probably is like, it's always horizontal. You know me too. Like I rarely go for cheeses, even when I'm really frustrated.
I know, that's what I'm saying. There's like Vindiction there. Like if you were going for cheese in the first place, already something has happened. You have been made mad by somebody.
Something wrong in the universe, man. Yeah. Sorry, you were gonna say something, but I forgot.
That's all good. Thank you, Higgins, for the 21-month resub. ZvT for the 7 months as well. And glad to have you guys back on board. But yeah, so it's gonna be 3x Reaper for BC, which is funky because I thought he'd for sure like put both barracks in the wall. I mean, it's a slightly wider ramp, just kind of makes more sense. But I guess he just really doesn't want this to be scouted.
As someone who's done a 3x Reaper on this map a total of once, I did find that putting them in the wall makes it really awkward to add-ons. Put add-ons with them, no matter where you spawn.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you have to put another supply depot on there anyway once you build a tech lab or whatever you build. So I guess it's just not that worth it. My expertise. It's still kind of like, even though he's gonna have a much better 3x than I would, even if it is the longest you can get on this specific map, it's still not that big of a map, and it's still usually an effective opener. So Beastyqt should do something with this. I mean, BLord also took what I think is the more complicated hatchery to defend, not because they're going to be targeting your natural, but because there's so much open space without creep that you could run away from when they take that base, as opposed to the front one.
Well, let me ask you this then. Do you think 3 depots in the front was enough information for BLord? Because I could definitely see the argument. Like, if this was 2 depots and like 1 Reaper, it's not that fishy, but that third one's a bit much. 2 Reapers on the other base certainly have given this away if he wasn't guessing at it before. And Spine Crawler's an odd choice. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. We haven't really seen a lot of Spine Crawlers fight off Reapers like this.
I think if BLord can actually control this ledge, suddenly he's in a good position, or a better position rather, not like a great position, but there is still this really wide open ramp, and creep spread is going to take forever to cover both locations, and if you creep spread, there's less transfuses. So I do actually think that most Zergs will be taking the front forward base, because this is not a problem if you take the forward base. They're stuck attacking a hatchery that is already spreading creep automatically, and if they ever dive to your main base, that's like a big risk for the Reapers. In this case, it's really not.
Yeah. Well, BC's got about 6 of them banked up. He's done a pretty good job of, I guess, heckling away at the creep tumors. I don't even know how you'd want to describe that. Hacking away, whatever the point is. Like, trying to keep them down. Yeah.
Yeah.
What, you cost 26 energy? Your mama's so fat. Literally. Okay, well, as much as I would love to heckle creep tumors all day, I was going to say he was doing a good job, though, like past tense now, at picking them off early, and we've seen through a lot of good Terran players that apparently killing the creep tumors is the best way to kill somebody with your Reaper opener, but BC has gone the, how do I say this, like almost more Korean route with this, where this wasn't super committed. Like, he really stopped his Reaper production early. He's already moved on to Marines, his factory, his tech labs, like, he's getting the next step of his game plan going rather than dedicating purely to Reapers.
Yeah. If he had, maybe it snowballs already, but he didn't, and BLord does have the Spine Crawler and the Creep Spread, now covering all of his base, so... That's okay, though. I think Beastyqt is okay with that opener. Again, he definitely didn't do the version that, like, needed to do damage.
It's so weird seeing these 2 extra spines. That's so much extra money. That's your third hat. Like, these 2 combined, that's the third hatchery, combined with the fact that it's not down. And BLord had to spend a lot to get to this situation where he can go for something like a hive, or excuse me, spire follow-up to this. And I don't actually know how great the spire is going to be, considering that Overlord saw there's a lot of Marines, and I think he even saw the production rate, right? Yeah, he got in there. He saw the stim starting up. He saw the reactor down.
Yeah, he knows it's the 2-base follow-up. Yeah, I don't know. That Spire is so late. You're absolutely right about the Spine Crawlers. Like, this build did that indirect damage that 3-Rack Super usually does, and then a little bit then some, because most people don't get that second Spine Crawler. That's because of it, the Spire's kind of late. The 2 medevacs, they boost across this map instantly, and if it was different spawns too, it's gonna be tough for BLord to hold on. He does definitely have to invest gas into Banelings. Can't be too greedy about that. But looking at the bank right now, it's not that impressive. You know, he starts out with 4 mutas against someone who already has their bio up and their production. It's not so hard.
There's a big tear in quality of life change I wish they'd make, and I wish that if you rallied units to a Marine, it wouldn't automatically pick them up and then kill the rally point for the rest of your structures. I just that with Beastie. Like, medevacs, please. You can be so scumbaggy sometimes. But this attack coming in is actually really dangerous, not just because of the actual macro follow-up and a lot of Marines, a lot of stim combi shells, blah, 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 but the Reapers are all still alive. So let's say, like, his answer was bring a bunch of Lings and surround. Well, the grenades will actually keep them from doing that.
Well, the mutas are out, and he managed to get in 7 with +1.
Oh, gosh. Right. He's just going to get on top of this really quick. He scans as well to see what's going on. There are Banelings at the top of this ramp, but again, these grenades could be really good at just keeping everything off of it. The most strange version of a Terran force field, if you will. A lot of grenades coming down top of the ramp, but it's going to keep units ideally from getting on top of the Marines, but the Marines are getting no focus fire on the Banelings, so they pick up, loses a lot of them. But the Reapers are going to trade up best they can, I guess, on their way out. They know they're going to die, so a couple grenades and a last stand.
He's not bad. What again with him.
This was a pretty good defense, though, to BLord. Much better than I expected.
Well, Beastyqt definitely... He kind of trapped himself behind the mineral lines, but it would have been a cleanup either way, I think. So the problem is still that BLord does not have a third hatchery. A drop I got into his natural without him looking. Even killed a muta right there, I think.
Killed a muta and 3 Banelings soaked up for the kill. I mean, that was actually a really cost-effective drop, even with the medevac going down. He's
really pulling him apart.
He is, and the fact is that BLord is still not getting this third down, right? Like, even if it's building as we speak, the fact is we're about 8 minutes in the game, and the third player's still without a third. That's going to always hurt. This is not going to trade out too well, unfortunately.
No, especially without that 1-1. The Marines really aren't doing so hot. But there's another issue. Upgrades. BLord will not be getting upgrades anytime soon.
Yeah, well, he's got upgrades on the mutas, which I actually would like if this was a little bit more of a normal game. But the mutas, I don't think are something you can rely on. They're actually, I would say, too expensive to rely on.
The good news for BLord is that he got cross spawn honor ground, which is probably it is the most time he'll have to utilize these mutas in like defensive capacity. Otherwise, like horizontal or vertical, with the build that Beastyqt did and then the amount of damage he did, it would be constant pressure. The mutas would almost never get a chance to even try to go across the map.
And he's continuing to super invest into them too, by the way, as Carapace starts up. I just don't... So, if he gets a lot of mutas and he gets them very powered up, that's awesome. And he's probably going to run away with the game if he can get enough good trades with them. I mean, let's be honest, they're about the only Zerg units that do trade on account of the fact they heal. But the likelihood of that is so low. These are such expensive units. It's not a too big to fail situation.
There's also only 14 of them with this last meta coming out, which is a decent amount. It's not scary or comeback potential, but yet. The Marine count's really not that high. Beastyqt's only just ramped up the production to the maximum amount. But okay, attacking off of creep, but still gets this round of the Marines. The mutas help out too. The last Banelings get caught. Oh, that would've been...
Yeah,
that would've been triggered, there we go.
This is still like 5 Marines are surprisingly good to shoot down a couple of mutas and see just trading out best he can on his way out. And let's not forget this Widowmines, well actually they do need to get cleaned up. Hopefully he's remembering.
That's really good that he remembered and didn't dally because they were all gonna come off one after another. Okay, Beastyqt is getting more production. He's investing into a second factory, which I think is good because I do believe he'll want Thors as well as Dravenclaws and a fourth base. I mean, the game's not over despite BLord's early losses and disadvantages. He's still on the recovery process, though. Again, upgrades just aren't... I don't think he's thinking about upgrades in that he is trying to go all in with the mutas.
The attempt to get to those 3 turrets was nice, but unfortunately pretty quickly shut down.
It might be worth for Beastyqt to go into a couple... Like, if 4 Liberators are still decent at stopping mutas from easily harassing at the very least, if they're actually going to stop and spread.
You know, a funny thing is that because of the upgrades, maybe not. Oh, that was like an attempt at a bait. I love they left the 1 Marine there. That was super cool.
That was very dangerous. For both parties, in fact. Like, if BLord had any amount of lings here and he popped them all off, that would be a bad loss of Widowmines. But it works out. So 2-2 is finishing up, and he is going to get some Liberators. I think it's worth, you know, even with your army, a little bit extra splash along with the Thor, and you can still one-shot basically the mutas when they're all clumped up like.
These turrets, though, it feels bad because it's not like he even has a chance to really repair them. But Beasty's not coming back home. He's willing to give this up and go for the push, saying, you know what, I recognize that you've gone so all in with these mutas that this is where most of your money is in the game. Back on this side of the map, it is a couple of banelings and lings. There's really not a lot defending. So I think Beasty, if it's going to come down to a base trade, I think he takes the better trade every single time.
I still wish Beastyqt would have tried to save his base. Like, mass repair, the Thor's on the way out, Liberators are popping too.
Yeah, it was like on deck, but at the same time, I very much understand just giving that up and saying, you know what, let's try to win the game. We just come from the backside. They're going to eat some of those Widowmines.
Oh, man, that one Widowmine with a big chunk of the units there. But are there enough Marines left over? There's still like 20 mutas.
Yeah, there's 23 mutas at that. Beasty
Yeah,
might be regretting having given up that natural base. I mean, he does have this, and he's got this, and he's still mining a lot, don't get me wrong. But now you're right. Like, maybe he should have actually committed to try and keep that alive. But with Thors, with Liberators, these are a lot better. Like, Liberators are still not very good against mutas nowadays, but they are better than the Widowmines have been.
Yeah, they're not that great if they're spread out at all, if there's only 2. But if they clump, and BLord's been trying very hard to get that good micro going, you can make a mistake.
I will say, though, we have seen more than our fair share games, whether it's Scarlet or Curious or whatever great Zerg player you can think of. They've run away. Actually, whatever happened to Rogue? Where's Rogue been? Rogue was like the most notorious guy at this, right?
Oh,
He'd get 40 mutas on like 3-3, and like nobody could touch him at that point.
We've done a lot of talking about all the Korean leagues and how glad we are that all the Koreans are free, basically.
Yeah,
Jin Air is also supposed to be free, I think, but they're not. They aren't even going to like.
No, they're still with Kespa, I believe.
But StarCraft 2 division isn't. So like, Jin Air might be owning like League of Legends.
I'm pretty sure that it was stated that the StarCraft 2 team would still stay with them. I could be wrong on this. I could be misremembering, but that's what I was working.
Basically, there's no point though. Like, I feel in controlling them. Like
I agree. I think it's very stupid, and it just limits the players. But anyways, Beasty's kind of pulling the same trick once again. The mutas are clumped up. They're taking some Thor shots, but Beasty's not coming back home. He wants to end the game. So another attempted base trade is initiated. Thor gets picked off pretty quickly. No repairs on this big boy. Feels pretty bad over there, but hatchery almost guaranteed to go down. You know, before there's a handful of banelings. There's 14, but there's no link support for them. And they're all up here in the main.
Another base is going to go down for Beastyqt. I really feel like BLord made a good effort at making this game complicated and winnable. Beastyqt is a little bit to blame too for these decisions to sacrifice all of them. He's gonna lose his planetary too, I think, because usually a planetary is amazing to have in a base trade, but not against mass muta.
It's like 25 mutas. A couple Marines got some damage. They'll pick them off best they can. Other side of the map, all the hatcheries died out here. BLord's left to consolidate in the main, and he's trying to just get as many banelings as possible. I think this is a really smart move.
I think so as well.
Considering the fact that he got the damage done to Beasty now no longer has the means to reproduce. And it's not about, I guess, it's no longer about like wave 1 and wave 2. Like, honestly, this is going to be the one big battle, right? Like, he's got the Thors and the Marauders on the front line. He wants to soak those banelings. Same time, he's got these medevacs out in the middle. Oh, no! He can't lose the medevacs like this!
Wow. This is all the medevacs. Oh, he still has 2. Almost all the medevacs.
Even then, already taking a lot of damage from them. Of course, the Thors were busy up here just kind of mucking around. Nobody actually successfully baited out the Banelings. The Marines have to live through this fight. Who cares about the Thor? The Marines will win the game, but there's so many Banelings. I don't know if he can get these splits. I didn't realize the drones got pulled with that too, by the way. This comes down so very much down to the wire. I think if he micros the Thor with a medevac, he's got this.
Wow. This was much closer than I thought it'd be for both players, but Beastyqt does have this.
Beastyqt made some very questionable decision makings at the end of that game. Hell, even before the end of that game. But BLord says, damn misclick. Well played. Beasty takes the series 2-0. And even I can't believe it.
Okay, well that'll send him to face off against TLO.
Nice. But before we get into that, we got to play our first commercial break of the day. So do us a favor, guys. Stick around, sit tight, watch these ads. Or if you're a Twitch Prime user, just enjoy the 2 minutes of silence. And we'll see you guys soon.